アメリカはワシントン州、シアトル周辺。ワシントン州は、アメリカの西海岸。アメリカの首都、ワシントン DC は東海岸です。シアトルには大きな会社の本社があるのが有名で、アマゾン、スターバックス本社及び1号店、コスコ、コストコ、任天堂アメリカ、マイクロソフト、エクスペディア。本社ではないですが、Google、Facebook、ボーイングなども、大きな拠点や工場があります。シアトルの気候は、ざっくり新潟や秋田くらいの気温ですが、北緯で、サハリンくらい、北緯47度に位置しています。札幌で北緯43度くらい。シアトルの一般的な観光場所は、イチローがプレイした T モバイルパーク、旧セーフコフィールド。高い場所なら、スペースニードルというタワーがよく紹介されてますが、おすすめは、コロンビアセンター。そして飛行機好きには、ボーイング工場、シアトルの航空博物館。歴史的な飛行機展示があるここもおすすめです。それでは、以降は無解説無編集になります。
You're gonna want to have a heading about 350 if you're coming in from the north side.
Okay. Remember to put your gear down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this thing, yeah. The south side approach is sort of blind.
If I remember correctly, the landing flaps in this plane were kind of suicidal, but we'll see. Got a modded version of it, so I don't know if he changed it or not. Haven't flown it yet.
A chance to try out some of my new African American jokes. You guys will love them. Won't get it kicked off of Twitch or anything.
Oh. I see. What the heck?
So, there's that for you.
Wow,
And then
that thing needs a lot of power to get going. And that's with gear down.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's a well-documented issue with this plane.
Normally I look outside once in a while, but maybe I did, but the angle was such that I couldn't tell, but that's alright. Note to self, go through some kind of a checklist. Okay, back to business.
Well, usually just when you put your first stage of flaps down, put your gear down at the same time.
Wait a minute. Something is weird going on.
I can hear it
my
beeping.
trim. It's my trim.
Your first day on the job. What is going on here?
Man.
Is your autopilot still on?
Still on. I've never turned it on unless it came in. No, it's totally blank. And by that I mean the annunciator totally blank, no autopilot.
Runaway trim or something?
Well, yeah, runaway trim, quick. Stellar trim switch is cut out. Stable.
Yeah. I found last couple times I've played, you click a button like your altitude knob or something like that, and it just keeps on going, just spins.
Yep, I've seen that. I've had that a couple times now. I did a flight today in the A320, and halfway through, my most commands wouldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't select the speed. I couldn't do anything. It's weird. So I hand flew it the rest of the way, but gee, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And not in an Airbus. Automatic trim helps a lot.
That is true. Well, I hand fly probably 90% in here anyway, so it's not a big change, but I was just wondering why I couldn't control anything in the cockpit.
Oh, here's a fun fact. The San Juan County has more marine shoreline than any other county in the country.
Wow.
Neat.
And that's around 400 miles.
I almost gave you Semper Fi, Rob, but Marie.
I'm loving how you just come out of nowhere with these little factoids. Not bad.
Man, I live here. It's just, things come to your head and you go, oh yeah. That's how it goes. So we're gonna pass straight over Anacortes. We're heading into Skagit Regional next.
I remember driving down there to convert my Canadian CPL to the FA CPL.
Oh, the
yeah.
Canadian Premier League for football, soccer.
Nah, man, commercial pilot's license.
Yeah, I know. CPL.
I honestly wish it was the Premier League. I would have made more money that way.
Yeah.
So there's not much process for converting your license. Isn't it just like a written exam?
Yeah, it was 2 sets of written, that's it.
Nah. That's the main thing to worry about in the States, is just how complex the airspace is.
Oh yeah.
Actually, for VFR flying, it's way easier in the States than it is up in Canada. We have so many restrictions. They just do whatever the hell they want.
Huh.
At flight, we can do whatever we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're rebels here.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You do barrel rolls,
Freedom.
whatever.
Hey, didn't that guy a couple of years ago that worked for Horizon Air took the Dash 8 and crashed, landed in one of these islands here?
Yeah. The Seattle guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
The guy that stole the plane, he was like a worker there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Stole the plane, went on a joyride, crashed.
Yeah,
Have you heard
on
the
the
audio?
San Juan.
The
Have you
audio?
heard
Yeah, the audio's
yeah,
on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
the audio,
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And
He
he's
said, I'm some screwed up guy.
I think, unless I heard wrong, it was something like, if I land this plane, can I get a job as a pilot?
Well, he wasn't planning on landing it, according to the audio,
You could tell there was no way he was landing it. Correct.
because he knew how to take off, but he didn't know how to land.
He actually said that he learned it in the flight simulator on the PC.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if one of you guys are doing this for that, if you're training for your suicide mission to kill yourself in a real plane, just stop now. I'll give you my cell phone number. We can talk.
That was a PSA by Bingdinger.
Yeah, that's right.
Because Bingdinger is a caring person.
Yeah, we would have brought that guy back from the brink. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We would have given him all
Yeah.
the excitement he needed in,
You
in
could
a
have done it.
community
You-
fight.
Yeah, you would have done it.
Yeah.
I kept my autopilot on for a little too long. No, I'm not set up for a good approach. We got 2 strips on Skagit Regional. There's one heading more north-south, and then one more east-west-ish.
I got the preset of few clouds and shows like the wind's still coming out of the west.
That is one thing. If we were to, we all can't share the same weather exactly unless we all use live weather, right?
Yeah, live weather or group, I think
But
max
the group can be big,
is
right?
6.
Hey, wasn't there video of that Dash 8 guy as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skagit Regional is actually kind of an interesting airport because it's got this. There's a pretty large amount of trails and roads going through that you can kind of bike through. Not, inside the airport, but, right outside, so you can watch all these little. It's mostly small planes that land here and private jetliners every once in a while. But you can kind of watch them come in if they're coming in, and you just get to see the airstrip like right nice and close up. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Gears down, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't forget Tolstoy.
Remind me in about 3 minutes also, please. Oh, man.
3 greens.
Yeah, that's a good point. I should at least get familiar with the cockpit.
So coming up here, we're flying right over Mount Vernon, Burlington area. Which is where I live.
Ah.
Okay, that's what's going on there. So cutting right in between the two towns is the Skagit River. It's I believe it is the largest river that flows into the Puget Sound. And just basically separates the two cities. There's a couple bridges connecting them, and one of those bridges maybe 7 years ago collapsed, and no one was severely injured except for one lady who was on like the beach part kind of right next to the river and was taking a picture of it and fell and broke her leg. So she wasn't even really involved in the actual collapsing of the bridge. She was just taking a picture and happened to trip and fall.
Oh.
Which is kind of a shame, but at least no one died.
You think she got the shot? Like the photograph?
Probably. I mean, maybe a little shaky, I don't know. We'll see. I could probably find it if I look hard enough. But yeah, so we're getting right into Mount Vernon here. And Mount Vernon it's kind of boring, I guess. But the coolest thing, in my opinion, that it has is the historic Lincoln Theater. It's on 1st Street in downtown Mount Vernon, and it was originally built in 1926 as like a silent movie house. And it's been in business since 1926, and throughout the early 1980s, it became a movie theater for more of the movies we see nowadays. Like my dad watched the original Star Wars in the Lincoln Theater when it first came out.
1926?
Yeah, it was built in 1926. My dad didn't watch Star Wars in 1926.
No.
But yeah, and it's... Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool, and it does it doesn't do like real movies, like just straight up, you know, normal stuff. It's more of a theatrical performance place right now. It'll have lots of theater stuff coming through, concerts for jazz, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And we're flying over Big Lake right now. That's what it's called. It's called Big Lake. Because I guess the person who saw it said, "Oh, it's a big lake."
That's pretty big.
It's pretty big. There's flying practically over it now. There's like a Boy Scout camp coming right out here. I forget exactly what it's called. I think it's like Fire Mountain or something like that. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's Mount Vernon area for you.
Have you lived in Washington State all your life?
Yep. Indeed, I have.
It's a beautiful area.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they ever do photogrammetry for this area. I really just want to have the tulip fields be in there. Because that would definitely be something to fly over.
Or maybe you can do like Zany, you can do it yourself and then put it out.
Sure.
But I guess you'd have to design the tulips.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to exhibit my ignorance of photogrammetry, but is it actual photographs that it's based on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might have to wait till like next spring when the tulips bloom.
Yeah. And then I'll also have to find someone to fly over and a 4K camera and all that jazz, so it'll be tricky, but it's alright. Or what I could do is I could get a singular tulip of each color and then do what's called a photo scan, which is basically kind of the same idea but on a much smaller scale, where you get like 360 degrees of pictures worth of that image or the thing, and then you get a computer program that pieces all of those pictures together and gives you a singular 3D model. Wow. And I could duplicate that like 1,000,000 times, and then you know you have all your tulips.
That would work.
It would work, but I also don't know how to do that. I say, like, you know, I can explain it, but I've never done it before.
Well, that's a good start.
I'm getting there. I want to do it sometime.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to have a 3D model for like every single tulip. Probably crash the game pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, what
if
it
you could have like
be...
an LOD thing, and you could get it down to where it like turns into grass, whatever mesh they use for that. Turn the mesh into
what I was thinking is doing your own kind of artificial photogrammetry, where like you make a fake flower field and then position your 3D camera on top of that to get like a bird's eye view of, you know, the tulip field, but it's not actually the tulip field.
Way to ruin the guy's dream.
I was thinking technically.
No, not wrong. You're not wrong. But that's not. I wasn't necessarily proposing putting in 1,000,000 different tulips.
Oh, you keep dreaming, buddy. You sound like a young Steve Jobs.
Actually, he sounds like a young Bing Dinger. a slightly similar accent.
Yep.
I don't know.
Change your path.
Bing Dinger, keep going with what you're doing. Change your path right now.
Easy to tell people what they should do. It's harder to do it yourself. Let me put it that way.
There's a saying in my line of work, those who can do, teach.
Yeah. I see that a lot.
missing Waldo. We're missing Zany.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Not one bit. I'm glad the Big Chief's here. Mr. the Doctor, those are all good peeps, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Zany will be around probably on Saturday if he's not working. So it'll be Saturday evening for him. Or maybe Friday night. But Friday night, that's like 1 a.m. for his time.
Yeah, 6 hours. Well, give or take, depending which time zone you're in. But yeah, it'll be early morning for Zany.
But he's good value then, because he's just got back from the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just living the life to the fullest. A nice evening in the bar, then goes flying till the wee hours.
And then kills it on these landing challenges. What's going on with this guy?
Then he goes to work the next morning.
And repeat.
Orbix has an airport here at Darrington.
I gotta pause.
It's a nice little airport.
That's why.
Yep.
That is just frustrating. I hate it. Every time they do an update, photogrammetry gets turned off.
Huh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Whatever. So I gotta turn it back on, and now my like reloading the entire thing.
Well, because that's what happened to me in Japan Part 2. Got to Fuji, and I didn't know the difference, but it looked pretty gross. And it was Waldo looked at it, and he says, your photogrammetry might be off, because Fuji didn't look good.
Mine has never done that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's
like
done
that's
it once
the
after
only
an update.
issue. That's the only issue I've had with the game. Is just sometimes the photogrammetry gets turned off. That's it.
By the way, Trent, is it a good idea just to save your community file before you do an update and then just reinstate it after?
It's usually what I do. I put like a spare folder in with that, just call it like a temp, and then just pull a bunch of mods, except for like scenery, over into that, and then introduce them back in as required. Usually, like most of the aircraft and like the avionics mods get updated within like a day or two of an update coming out, and like some stuff like the caravan doesn't really get affected by it. So it's kind of iffy. But I usually just pull everything except for like scenery out.
Yeah, well, you
for
could just
updates.
copy the whole community file, name it something else, and then just reinstate it at the end, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. You can just rename the community as like temp community, and it will make a new community folder with nothing in it. Or you can just make your own folder and just drag the mods that you think might be a conflict and throw them in there temporarily, and then just throw them back in later.
I use an add-on manager, so you can actually just disable everything in there. It's pretty convenient, but you just have to set it all up front.
Oh, there's Darrington.
Is that add-on manager, is it add-on link or add-on linker?
Yeah,
That
something
name
like
of
that.
it?
I'll look it up for you in a sec here after I land.
Okay, I think the last group flight someone mentioned it, and I've taken a peek at it. I just haven't installed it yet, but it looks like everyone really likes using it from the comments I read.
Oh, the DA62 spins. Whee!
Whee!
Like, I'm too high, so I need to lose some altitude. Yeah,
Well,
especially if
this
you put the thrust on one engine. It spins really well. This is extremely dangerous.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, don't try it at home.
Well, we are trying it at home.
Oh, will it recover?
No.
No.
Oh.
I was watching it on the drone all the way down.
That was an abrupt stop.
500.
Oh, I forgot I had crashes on. Oh well, I deserved it.
The crash is on. Yeah.
So Darrington. It's a small town. It's kind of cool though. It's interesting. It's got some history.
Do you know where the IGA is?
Grocery store?
Yeah,
No, I'm afraid not.
I know where it is.
I've only passed through Darrington.
I don't think it's gonna take off.
Not with one engine, no.
No go. No go.
It's hard with two engines to take off.
Yeah, this thing's got a lot of ground friction.
Yep. Oh. What are you trying to do there, gun pilot?
Yeah. It didn't sound like that.
Hey, you know those TV shows that they just talk about real murders and how the people planned them and how they got away with them?
Yeah.
Should I be concerned that my girlfriend watches them all day and all night?
When you go to sleep, every hour rotate the your eye, which eye's open. Sleep with one eye open all the time.
I think I'm okay with her killing me, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna get away with it too.
Nobody would blame her, man.
Nobody would blame
That's what I'm
her.
saying.
Oh, there's no love here.
That's part of it.
I'm just.
No,
I'm
that's
just looking-
that's part of her MO. You know, why did so I'm trust me. I'm one step ahead of her.
Come to think about it, my wife watches that stuff all the time too.
You know what I call it? You know what they call it over here? I hope it's appropriate to say. But it's called murder porn.
Never heard that.
Yeah, murder porn. Yeah, I know, it's a little, usually Bing Dinger doesn't go blue. I know.
My wife, it's all the TV shows, the Big Brother and the Amazing Race.
Oh yeah, like reality.
Yeah, that or I was gonna say Among Us, but just it's not Among Us. That's a game.
Yeah.
I was
Just
about to say.
Just Us or something, or
This is
So-
us.
yeah, This Is Us.
I get ads for that, and I don't watch it.
Or Heartland. I watched that like back in the day when we were like dating. I'd watch it because I'd watch it with her. Now I don't watch Heartland anymore.
The
I'll
things
be honest,
you do
that's
for
exactly what's happening to me right now. My girlfriend loves horror movies. I don't really care for them. They don't freak me out, but it's just like not kind of my genre, but we still watch them all the time.
Oh, Gollum, my young friend, you're going to be doing lots of stuff that girls want to do that you don't like.
Yeah.
Just so you'll hang out with them, trust me.
Just wait till you go to shop. Go shopping with them. Like, can you hold my bag?
Just got an achievement called "Look, Ma, No Hands."
Well, this is some rugged territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the North Cascades for you.
I
Good
remember
job, Gollum. Nice through here.
I remember my first year university was a girl from my high school. We both came out to the East Coast, same university. So we hung out on like Fridays. We'd take the bus. I knew where we were going. She had no clue, but it was like to tour the city. And we go to malls. It's like, oh yeah, can you hold my bag? I'm like, all right. She tries on like 10, 15 items. Comes out, yeah, don't want any of them. And I'm like standing there awkward, like for like hours in this like mall. I'm like, and there was no like, it wasn't like boyfriend girlfriend thing. It was just like friends. I had no interest in her. And after all that, I was like, nah.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
Question is, how did the bag look with your outfit?
Yeah, it was like a purple bag.
Stunning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sequins.
Have you guys changed the mixture at all?
It doesn't do anything in the DA62.
Okay.
I don't see a mixture.
No, it's FADEC.
I
Okay.
think we just found a secret laboratory.
Secret laboratory.
Christ.
The FADEC doesn't work in the stock version, but
It must be a dam or something that they're subbing in as like a hospital-looking building.
I see that in the mountain.
Yeah, in the mountain. There's like 2 of them. They're probably just small dams, but kind of confusing.
no mixer. So you gotta remember this was the airplane that saved half of us on the Africa trip.
Yeah.
Because the Bonanza just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
The air was far too thin.
And it was after that, I was like, well, I need to start talking to Trent about these flight plans. Make sure that we got the correct plane for the flight.
That's just a big old giant building sticking out of the mountain over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
What? Yeah, that doesn't make no sense.
the needle layer.
It's the Great Wall of China. They're building it over there.
Great Wall of Washington.
The Great Wall of Washington.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of pop in here. Might just be because I'm watching the stream at the same time.
And I think with Twitch, the delay is like a lot less than
It's usually
YouTube.
better.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about Twitch is that if you're not a affiliate, you can't adjust the stream quality.
Yeah, I think it's at partner.
Yeah, something like that. It's like auto or 1080p, and it's like I just want to have it lower so it's not eating up my internet.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the stream, and it's like, oh, this looks better than my game. So you're way off to the side there, aren't you?
Not.
I suppose we're all
not
kind
too-
of spread out, aren't we?
Yeah, not too much. I don't have autopilot on, so I'm just
Cruising,
flying. Yeah.
cruising for a bruising.
Yeah.
Okay. A second.
Popcorn, it looks like you have a few new recruits here tonight.
Yeah. Big Chief, welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Who else? I think you're the newest one of the bunch.
Yeah, the doctor says he's been flying with us, but he finally got the mic going.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I've just been listening the whole couple of flights.
You poor soul.
If you were listening, you probably heard me make some accusations about Trent again.
It's really just you, Big Dinger.
This time it was about the 9/11 hijackers. Trent had nothing to do with that. I did some investigation. He did not train any of them. So that was another false accusation that I brought to the table. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said that last week when Trent wasn't here.
It's
No, because I had a rebuttal to that.
But well, he had an accusation last week.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
I don't remember what that one was.
Now you're just talking behind my back. No, that's just rude.
No, I don't know about that one. No, there was the accusation that I heard that you know.
It was
well,
an apology of the accusation. It's what it was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he did repeat the accusation in order to apologize about it.
It was,
in your absence.
it was the flight attendant accusation, which I was wrong about. I was wrong about that. I admit that. And then the 9/11 stuff, and I was wrong about that.
9/11.
These are all honest mistakes, Trent. Honest mistakes.
Wait, but actually, never mind. Not gonna say that joke. Don't want to get you banned.
Apparently, Trent is an upstanding, fine gentleman.
Yeah, 9/11. He was a little kid. He couldn't have done anything wrong as a little kid.
You don't know about my time machine.
Time machine.
Oh, well,
Back to
now
the
that
future.
well, that now alludes to you doing something around then because you had the need for a time machine. We're gonna find the truth, Trent.
I don't know. I was in like grade 4 art class when that happened.
Fair enough.
That I feel.
I think I was like grade 10? Grade 10 media class. Or no, I was on a spare. So, no class. So I was at home watching it.
Hey,
You guys are all so young.
I know that those guys, they caught us with our pants down that day, you know?
Oh!
They got us good.
There's like a massive hole in this mound.
Eh?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna smash into it. It's just like this big, huge carving in it. Trent's coming back around to investigate.
It's like, is there just like a world hole there somewhere?
It's... No, not like Brazil, but it's just like a... It's not right. It's just not right.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
This next one a grass strip?
I have grass dirt strip, Skykomith State. Skykomith is a very small town. 198 people as of 2010. Which is pretty tiny.
That's different from Snohomish or Squamish.
Yes, it's a Skykomith. It's a different thing. And this airport here is mostly used for firefighting in the summer months.
Cool. Lots of land in between all these mountains. Good pick, dude.
Yeah, no problem. I gotta max out throttles to get this thing to start taxiing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a good plane, just not on the ground. Alright. Am I getting pinged?
Oh, is this grass?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, I still got crashes on. I shouldn't do anything too crazy.
Veer, I'll get out of your way.
Thanks, buddy. Right in time.
This reminds me of one of those trips in the Yellow Pine trip.
Yeah. That was a fun trip.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, it was my first time with the group, and I remember using slew more than I did normal flying.
I think that was my second flight with the group. And boy, those were some rough landings.
500.
And it was all my fault.
I've now put together a Yellow Pine Mark II.
Oh.
Ooh. 1243. Pretty rough.
Didn't waste any runway on that one, Sisling.
Nope.
Very good.
a nice way to put that. Broadway.
Obviously.
Thanks.
You have permission to follow me. Anything else I can do for you today?
Let's do an engine failure on takeoff.
Oh, nice.
It's sinking.
Yeah.
He's sinking.
The A62 does not have enough power. In the trees.
Oh yeah, there we go.
This is a little bit of a climb here. Shouldn't be too hard if you keep stable speed.
Wow, this thing's underpowered as hell.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a little. This is a little risky.
I think you tested this before.
Yeah, I tested it in the 172, so should be fine. No issues, but
I just mean the DA62 in general. Should be able to,
yeah,
at least
this
maintain
should
level
be
flight
fine.
at sea level with a single engine.
Yeah, I do what Big Digger's done. Hop right over here and then turn. This is lower into the valley.
Yeah, follow the river.
Yeah, follow the river a little bit, and then we'll just have to climb at one point. But this gives us more time to climb here.
You did mountain boots for this flight. Holy smoke, man. I love it. My flight in Emerald Isle and around the coast there, the one thing I hate about flying where I'm from is it's so flat. It's so boring. This is awesome. You have to climb all the way up here and then find the spot to climb down into the next valley so you can find the strip.
Yeah.
This is where I got to start my my Neo fly or something over here.
My favorite part about this plan overall is the fact that, you know, you start out and you're going over the water, you're into some islands, you're on a little bit of flat land, and then you get into the mountains, and then you come back out.
Doing it, buddy. You're making it happen.
I'm making it happen. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the flight. I know Big Digger is.
I am.
No, it's an excellent, excellent route.
You've done a great job, KOLM.
Yeah.
Great job.
Alright.
You drove to all these airports, right? In the testing?
Not in person. But in the game, yeah, I've landed at all of them.
Yeah.
And actually, I have driven past our next airport, but I didn't realize it was an airport. So, there's that for you.
I feel like I'm getting some of the local flavor here, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I did my research. Mostly, well, I didn't do any research, I just live here.
You have a lifetime of research.
Now I feel like
lifetime of research.
I feel like I gotta get some research done for the weekend.
Yeah.
South Africa. I'll talk about the different indigenous tribes.
That's
just do another
actually
Nova
not a bad
Scotia tour.
idea. I'd be kind of interested in that. Of course, I'm going to be there on Friday and Saturday, I think. Let's see what I'm
I'm gonna miss that
What are we
one,
flying in
guys.
South Africa? Popcorn?
The caravan.
Oh,
Good
beautiful.
old caravan.
And
Oh, I
then,
like it.
then next week we'll be out of the caravan. What do we got, Tolstoy?
I foresee a TBM being a good machine for that route.
TBM, and I think.
Yeah, TBM 930.
Oh yeah, no, and then Veer, you're saying the
Caravan for mine.
yeah, caravan, yeah, that's right. And then Dave is looking at Boston for the week after in 172. So
Ooh, awesome.
we haven't been in a 172 in a long
little
time.
tea party.
Yeah, a little tea party. Bring
This
your
was
cups
gonna
with
be
you.
in on 172, but
I'll be sure to make that one. I give you some local knowledge too. I'm from Boston.
Oh.
Okay.
alright.
Awesome.
Popcorn. I just think it's a really great, venue or place that you have here for all of us, where not only you come up with these great flights, but also now you're so welcoming to have others come up with flights and share. So I think that's just a really, really great place to be.
Yeah, thanks.
Well worth the price of admission.
Whoa.
There's that mission?
Well, no, I
there's
meant
price?
I mean, I might have bought popcorn, a coffee or two. That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured my participation somehow was payment enough. The banter might cover that, but okay.
Start our descent here.
If it isn't too personal to ask on here, Sizzlin, just curious. This can't be cheap.
Wow, what can be cheap?
Well, you having to run the server and host everybody.
The server Discord's free, but we've upped it, we've boosted, and Waldo's taken over the boosting because I was doing that, and but then there's other stuff that's like on the content creation side that I got to pay. Plus, it's pretty much my day job now. That and watch my son.
And Sizzle
That's all
Popcorn,
cool.
he will only wear the finest of threads and or leather. So a lot of the donations go to that, but you know what? Homie's gotta look good to fly good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Leather. Nope, no leather here.
So you did like a red and white pinstripe suit, look like a popcorn bag.
That's funny. Uh-oh.
I am really liking these little lakes that are just dotting in the mountains here.
Oh yeah.
Tiny
That's
little
beautiful.
lakes.
I can tell you, Golem, after this flight's finished, I'm just going to come straight back out here.
Yeah.
All good, man. Yeah, I could maybe do a bush flight through here if you guys would be interested. Caravan, something around there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hit a couple of
Sure.
decent spots, but
It's going to be a long winter.
Yeah. Long winter inside.
oh yeah. Yeah, so this is Bandera State, and it was constructed in 1948, and it was one of the 4 first state airports in Washington, right here. And it's still a legit airport, mostly for emergency things you know, firefighting, all that jazz. But yeah, it's been here for a good, you know, 70, 80 years. Oh, I'm going way too fast.
They've been mowing the thing the whole time. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll pass it down to his kid shortly.
Yeah, that's a true story.
There's no way I'm gonna land here.
Okay, note to self: 3 green.
Oh, the second bounce killed it.
Oh no, popcorn.
And what do you call that that check, Trent?
3
On
green
final
and
for your prop?
1 in the mirror.
Yeah.
No, the other one.
Oh,
See, we used to call it a puff check. Prop
Gumps
prop
check?
for forward,
Oh, gumps check.
undercarriage down, final flap. You called it something else, didn't you, Trent?
Yeah, the Americans use the Gumps check.
What's that?
Us
Gear down?
Americans. Uncivilized barbarians.
Yeah,
I
Different for
forget
this
what it
time.
is, honestly.
gas undercarriage.
I think people
mixture
joke about
pump.
it. Yeah, that's it.
It's
Sometimes
yeah,
they joke
it's
about it, and it's like gear, undercarriage, make sure the gear is down. Something with a P that makes sense for the
Propel?
landing gear. And then S for be sure that the gear is down.
Come on. No way. The
So,
landing gear's off right now, full throttle, and I can't get up this tiny hill.
hey, this is a real thing in the mountains. I know nothing about it because I live in such a flat area. When I came in here, it was just like late evening. No big deal, right? But then all of a sudden, literally pitch black on the runway, I guess, because the mountains were blocking the whatever light there was. That's crazy.
500.
That'll happen.
I bet you that. I'm sure real pilots have to think about that. I didn't even. That's crazy.
Yeah, coming in, I mean, even, you know, driving past this area on the Yakima for state trombone championships or whatever, or no, it's called All-State, but whatever. I'm one of the best trombone players in middle school, well, high school now, in the state of Washington as well, so that's cool.
Neat.
Nice.
So yeah, just even driving.
Everybody disappeared for a second.
we're just taking off like a sparkle of diamonds.
And you just went levitating in the air there, Trent.
I did? Oh, Trent.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. It's a condition.
This airplane, I find, at least with me, it just floats off. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the trim is like default nose up.
Yeah, it pitches up as if it's going to take off, but it doesn't, and then 10 seconds later it does, floats.
Yeah. It's got too much angle density.
So you can just follow the highway out and then move in towards Mount Rainier, Olympia area.
They have more fuel. If you started with your standard amount.
Whoa, that was a big gust. In real life. Not in the sim. We got storm going on right now. So
Oh.
yeah. Before there was a bunch of people in the call.
Is it the wind from all these DA-62s?
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, they're really just moving the place, shaking things. That's the wrong thing.
Oh, we got another new guy, Ashen Osiris.
Yeah.
You want me to tell him to leave or what?
No.
I'll chill out. My bad.
You'll take an F-15 or F-16. Take him down. Escort him.
Listen, I'm very protective of the flock. You know what I mean?
Flock, yeah.
Alright, Mother Goose.
Whoa. Man, it is very windy. Knock on wood, my power doesn't go out.
Thank you.
Unless I haven't noticed it in all the other planes, the DA-62 has a convenient little man sitting in the computer that says engaging autopilot, and that's just really helpful. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just a little man.
Yeah, I've heard it
sitting
in
there.
other airplanes too.
Huh. I'm probably just not paying attention enough.
Do you see leather in this thing? You pay for it, dude.
Fudge. Oh, yeah. Trying to go up the
Yawning
hill.
popcorn.
Trying to go up the hill. Back right
Yeah.
into it.
Oh no.
Because I was in the dark at first. So then I couldn't see. So I put the lights on and bang.
Should turn the lights off.
That was a bang danger.
Yeah.
Why was that funny?
Not to be construed with a bing dinger.
No, listen.
That's a joke.
Bang Dingard is also like if you got left by your buddies at a party, and they just shafted you. That's also known as being Bing Dingard.
Ah.
We just call it a mongrel act.
Now, most of you, I believe... Oh, yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Hang with some
Mount Rainier right after your left.
some real shady characters when I was younger, you know.
I've seen Mount Rainier from an airplane, but haven't been there.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm gonna turn my clouds off just so I can see it.
I love these tags you can toggle. That is so cool.
Yeah, I downloaded that new little mod about toggling off tags, but I need to go into my
Yeah, you gotta pull one out.
Because apparently I'm taking a picture every time I do that. There's something as a default.
Yeah, Steam's default is F12, so you have to change the JavaScript key number.
I
down
just
one.
forget to change it
You
in the mod, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to go
In
in
the
like the
mod.
JavaScript and change it.
Yeah, like make it F10 instead of F11 or 12.
Yeah, it uses JavaScript code for the keys,
Yeah.
so it's not like, you can't just put in like F10. It's like 122 and 121 or 120.
Oh, okay.
Just
Well, I'll
turned
try
off
that.
I just turned off the screenshot thing in Steam.
Yeah.
In the Steam
do that
setting.
too.
Oh yeah.
I had to it was easy, but you had to restart Steam.
Okay.
Yeah, I just changed the config file so it was F10 and F11.
Trent tries to make things more complex.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because
it's
he's smart.
complicated.
Because he's smart. That's how he deals with stuff.
Computer things are complex.
Yep.
They are.
He's gone
I've
pilot
made
a
it.
rocket ship loop.
I saw you
see
coming up
guys-
behind me.
Yeah.
You guys are having a little bit of fun there.
Jerry's on my tail.
Yeah, computers are complex, especially when you're trying to teach someone how to click and drag in Excel.
Oh gosh, the
It's a-
hardest thing, I tell you.
Click and drag. Oh, how do you do that?
You
I
click
just told you.
And you drag.
You drag.
Click and drag. And I remember this was a colleague of mine, and she was a senior, and I was staff, so like the junior. And the junior guy's telling the staff how to do things. It's like, so I think it was like 8 months. 8 months later, I was a senior.
Hey, we haven't heard from Sizzling Steak for a while.
Yeah,
what's
this is
he
like
up
steak. Not sure.
Yeah, he was talking in Discord a couple days ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because
He's probably just busy.
Fair enough.
Unless he managed to get COVID a third time.
Ugh.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
guy.
So I guess steak then is proof that if you get it once, it doesn't mean you're immune. You can get it again.
Did he really get it twice?
yeah, he said he got it twice.
Yeah.
Tested and stuff?
And the second time he was in the hospital, so.
Yeah.
I would guess it's relatively tested. I bet you that is probably not for everybody, but I bet you a certain percentage of people can get it more than one time. Some people, the antibodies work better or something. That's crazy.
I think blood type makes a difference and stuff too.
Yeah, all sorts of your chemical makeup and everything. I bet you there's a lot of variables, as they say, but very, very interesting. I thought at the beginning we were all kind of sure you couldn't get it twice, quote unquote, but goes to show.
Yep.
Not enough bleach in your veins.
That's the issue.
Did you hear that new strain with the minks?
Oh yeah.
What?
It's resistant to antibodies. They found it in minks in Denmark.
Cool. Who's in that jet going past us? No name tag. Just had a jet fly past us.
Oh.
I don't see it.
Yeah, he's
Someone
going
over
over behind Evergreen Sky Ranch.
Must be a UFO.
Yeah, I was watching him come and thought, what's this? No, there's no name tag, no height, no nothing.
It's probably a real airplane though. I don't see it.
Oh, he was moving fast.
Yeah, definitely an alien.
We believe you, gun pilot. We just want you to, talk to somebody.
Thanks, Bing Dinger. Always leave it to you. you know, if you go to picture theatre and there's a quiet moment on the screen, you can always know if Bing Dinger's in the audience. You'll always feel the silence up.
Yeah.
I'm on your side, Gun Pilot. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you.
That's all
I
right,
love
mate.
it.
That's all right.
So they've eased the lockdowns in Australia a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, the border between Victoria, my state, and New South Wales is coming down in 3 weeks. And hopefully after Sunday, the 25-kilometre restriction, which was 5 kilometres, will be eased. And yeah, we're done. We've had now 7 days, was it 6 days in a row with no cases reported.
That's quite something.
It's good.
Here
We
in,
might have to stop playing Flight Simulator sometime.
Yeah, no, look, we'll sit it out probably to Christmas, just see what happens.
Yeah.
People go out, they'll let their hair down, they'll say, hey, it's all okay. Like we had a nice 30-odd degree day yesterday, and people were all down the beach. And because was it yesterday? Day before. And, you know, 50% of them weren't wearing a mask, but you still got to wear a mask by law.
Yep.
It was all young people, all just drinking, and there was no social distancing whatsoever.
Well, because here in Nova Scotia, we went down to pretty much zero for a bit, and now we're getting like a handful of cases every day, but all those cases are outside travel, so they've traveled from another province or another country, and then they bring it here.
Yeah, we've got very stringent contact tracing as well. We've got over 1,500 people just doing contact tracing. Which is the secret.
Every time I've talked to you about it, man, it sounds like the Australians are so on top of it. And I mean, you know what? I mean, government sucks like 99% of the time, but like when they help you in that way, that's what the whole thing's supposed to be about, dude. So good on them.
Yeah, well, our Premier used to get a lot of flack from people, but you know, when they run the polls, you're still getting like a 66% approval rating, which is pretty high for a politician.
Yeah.
I don't know if I put it to you, but the other day I saw this really cool Australian tax bill. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah. And I hope it's true, because I'm saying it to an Australian, for God's sakes. But it showed kind of like what your taxes actually went to, you know, like education and defense and healthcare. Is that true? Do you get like a receipt, basically?
No.
The internet has failed me again.
No. But you know, there's nothing to say they don't show the what the budget's been split down into. It's a bit like if you look at our petrol. You know, we're paying about $1.40 a litre, which is in US gallons. Is what's that? About $5.60, something like that, a gallon. And the split on the tax, we're paying over 50% just in tax on that.
See, I even went to the... Are you sure you live in Australia? Come on, man. Be honest. I mean, I don't want to call you out here. What a stupid thing to say, right? All right. No, listen, I saw this on, you know, the best website in the world, Reddit. But then now, listen, I just went to ato.gov.au. That's yes. And it shows me the level of Australian government gross debt, and it shows you, like, this cat paid like about $10,000 in taxes. No, $20,000, and it shows a breakdown of what his whole taxes went to. You don't get that? Where do you live out in the country or something? We flew over your house the other day. You live in a big city.
No, it's not to say that it's not there somewhere, but you know, 99% of people would never go delving into that, looking for it.
Yeah, it might be a different state too. Or territory. I don't know what they are in Australia.
Yeah, well, it's interesting though, because I always look at it. We're the same size as mainland US, but we've only got 7 states versus what? 50? How many you got in America?
50.
50.
Currently 50.
51 wants to take over Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working
Or
in
just-
Canada.
Or it's gonna turn to like 500 as soon as either person wins the election. Something bad's gonna happen.
We gotta make Puerto Rico needs to be a state. You know, like these Puerto Rican people, they're like American citizens, but they don't get to vote and stuff. And they get like shafted a whole bunch of other financial ways to the poor Puerto Ricans.
They pay taxes, but they don't get to vote. Is that what you say?
Yeah, I think they get shafted a little bit, man.
Wow.
But like every now and then they have a vote on whether they want to be part of America, and like half the time they say yes, and half the time they say, suck it.
Yeah. I always like finishing off these flights with a desk. I'll change the time just so I can have desk come to the airport.
Are we approaching our final destination?
Yes.
Yeah,
our final
Olympia.
destination.
Oh no!
Gone too fast.
I'm gonna go see if I can create some sort of bush flight stuff. I'm gonna be flying around after this, so if anyone wants to join me, give your opinion on a bush flight for the North Cascades, go ahead. I'll stay in the call.
Like a bush flight with shorter runways and things like that for a smaller airplane?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Something with a little less ground friction.
Yeah, ground for yeah.
Well, I needed some ground friction the other day when I was flying one of those tail draggers.
Yeah, you kept on putting on the prop.
Well, you know what it was? I figured out is that I still am working on my sensitivity settings, and it's a new joystick to boot, so that's not a good combination. Anyway, so I land the tail dragger, and I want to, put some weight on the tail wheel, but when I pull back too far, then the sensitivity skyrockets, and I went back up in the air. I did that at least 3 times, maybe twice. But it's experience. Yeah, I'm not liking my new joystick.
What'd you get, Tolstoy?
Yeah, what'd you
Well,
get?
it's a Cytec 52X Pro, but to me it just has no feel whatsoever. I mean,
You've been waiting for it, man. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I like the one I had for the last 20 years. I mean, it has some nice, feel to it. This feels like a wet noodle. I just do not like it.
Like a teaspoon and a cup of tea, huh?
That's
Probably do like
exactly.
a spring tension mod for that or something.
I've seen online, yeah, somebody on eBay is selling it. Maybe I should try that.
Or Viagra.
Rubber bands will do it.
Oh, bang dinger. I heard that.
I just got the X56, the Logitech, and it seems to be working pretty well. I like it. It does have some different springs that you can put into it to change out the tension if you want.
Does it come, is that like a stock supply or is that an aftermarket?
No, it was, I think it came with like 3 additional springs.
4, yeah.
Okay.
I have
I
an
think that would make a
X55.
world of difference. Is just having the spring to make it a tighter feel. I mean, it just feels like I'm trying different sensitivities, but it just feels like I'm in the Airbus. They call it stirring the pot. I mean, the joystick is going everywhere. And again, it could be just me, something to do with it. But I'm trying different sensitivities So maybe I'll nail it down and find a happy medium.
Yeah, I get used to it after a while too. But yeah, I think you can like buy springs that are the same size that are, you know, stronger.
Yeah,
Or you
well,
can, like,
I have seen online somebody was selling some kind of it's not a spring, but it's a device that you just shove in between the spring and the handle, which in effect makes the spring that much tighter or stronger.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I should look into that. But I'm still in the, you know, return. I've only had it for like a few days. It came just around the same time that the patch came through. So I don't know what it was, the sensitivity, the joystick, or both. It was just different, that's for sure.
Bing Dinger, did you land at the wrong airport?
I don't know, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, this airport's way better.
It's a bigger airport.
No.
How do you know?
Well, this one has one of those duty-free shops.
Duty-free shops, yeah.
Stand by.
Oh, I used to like duty-free shops.
Loading up on alcoholic beverages while you're there.
This was right on the way.
Yeah, but it's
the line goes right over it.
I'll catch right up. Stand by.
You guys. Speaking of duty free, in places like the Greek islands, probably other places, but the duty free truck would come out and meet airplanes for the crew to shop when they landed in Greece. Not every airport, but some of the islands. I thought that was awesome.
Wow.
You don't even have to go to the terminal because we weren't anywhere near a terminal, but there'd be a duty-free truck, and we could, you know, do our shopping. It was fun.
Oh, what's that island? There's
There's this airport here called Flying Carpet.
Flying Carpet.
Yeah, there's an airstrip here called Flying Carpet.
Wow. Must have been built after Aladdin.
Maybe.
I was waiting for you slow guys at that airport.
Spin. Oh. It's fine.
$500.
Well, guess it's time for me to give y'all a little brief history lesson about Olympia. I'm gonna land first.
It's alright.
Gotta focus. Alright. Brief history lesson on the city of Olympia. The town was first settled in 1850, and it was given the name Olympia because you can see the Olympic mountain range to the northwest.
Excellent job, Golem.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice flight there, Gollum. Nice facts You've upped the game.
Yeah, man,
Did a
3
little
cheers.
too good of a job. I'm glad you guys like Washington.
Oh yeah, no, that was an awesome flight.
Yeah.
Now it's time for bush flight. One day, we'll find a route. Probably tonight. Or I could do homework. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not most of my stuff.